What's going on YouTube, 0088 here, and today we're talking about MCU Phase 4, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is coming out fall 2020, apparently, obviously on Disney+. We've got Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Daniel Brühl, Emily Van Camp, Wyatt Russell, I don't know who that is. I think that might be the curly haired guy. Did he die? I can't remember. But yeah, got Emily Van Camp, who's obviously playing Sharon Carter. That should be interesting. I heard rumours that there might be a thing with her and Bucky Barnes. That sounds quite interesting. So let's read the blurb. The first Marvel TV show coming to Disney Plus could also be the most significant, as there's a very strong chance it will introduce a new Captain America, if that's not obvious, to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But that doesn't make it the most significant though, because Chris Evans' Steve Rogers will always be the Captain America. This is why I don't like these legacy characters as an idea of representation. There's no problem with Falcon taking up the mantle of Captain America, but I don't think the mantle of Captain America is it that important? Like the mantle, I mean. Because let's look at the comics, right? Let's look at the comics. Name all the Captain Americas, like the average comic reader, like I'm not talking about the proper avid, deep comic readers, but name all the Captain Americas without researching it. What, Falcon? Because that's what everyone's been talking about recently, and Steve Rogers. Did you know that there has been like 4 or 5 other Captain Americas back in the days? You know, there was this other guy, I don't know their names. I'm not even bother researching them because I'm not going to be faking and say I know who they are. But I know there was like 4 or 5 other Captain Americas. You guys do the research, it's true. I'll probably put it on the screen right now. And there was another Captain America, and there's some other Captain Americas as well. And then obviously, and now you got Falcon, who recently took over as Captain America, maybe in 2014, 2013 in the comics. And I just feel like it's like a detriment to his character. Like Falcon, if you really wanted him to be a big character, give him his own book. Make him bigger as the Falcon. Hell, if you had written amazing stories about the Falcon, it'll take time, but maybe in 20 years, the Falcon could be as big, if not bigger, than Captain America. Is that too much to say? Is that a shock? Is that impossible? No. But the Falcon could be massive if you just let him shine on his own without having to ride Captain America's coattails, having to be, you know, in his shadow, because that's what he'll be, always in Captain America's shadow. Bucky's actually getting the good end of the stick here by not becoming Captain America. He's going to be his own man. He's going to be the White Wolf. You know, somehow it's like this way of trying to have representation and diversity, it just seems like they're going backwards without even realising it. Falcon should be the guy that's got his own thing going on. War Machine should have had his own movie. You know, things like that. But anyway, I'm going too much on a tangent. The return of Zemo is also significant. Daniel Brühl, Zemo, as the introduction of US Agent, and we can probably expect the show to reveal whether Steve Rogers is still alive or if he's passed away from old age. Yeah, we'll probably see a bit of Steve Rogers in this. So, but let's just, if we're sticking to the comics, yeah, what happens is Steve Rogers dies in Civil War, and then he passes the mantle on to Bucky, and he becomes Captain America for a bit, for quite a while, I don't know, a bit, and then like, I think Steve Rogers comes back because, you know, the main guy everybody cares about as Captain America is always going to be Steve Rogers no matter what you do, no matter what you say. And then apparently he gets really old and he passes the mantle on to Bucky, to Falcon. So what would be, because the show is called The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, what they really should do is have Bucky be Captain America for a bit, and then end the series with Falcon finally being Captain America. Not the last episode, maybe, I don't know if it's like, let's say it's 8 episodes. Maybe the first 4 episodes Bucky can take up the mantle, and then the last 8 episodes Falcon can finally take over the mantle. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's fair, I think. I think that would be cool, because they both were Captain America at one point. It would be almost a shame if you don't have them both be Captain America in this series somehow. That's how I would write it. And that's the best way to get them both be Captain America. But I'd rather Falcon, as a black guy, be his own man, be the Falcon, and have his own film, and, you know, have his own lore. You know. But anyway, yeah. Also, there's another political, racial thing about this. Apparently, these are rumours. Apparently, Marvel's never done this, never delved into this. But apparently there's going to be a race thing, a storyline to do with race, and apparently people are going to be upset that there's a black Captain America. So in 2020, actually no, sorry, this is the MCU. In 2026, or whatever year it's going to be, because the MCU is 5 years ahead of us now, since Endgame, in 2026, people are actually going to be upset that there's a black Captain America. In real life, this is real. Like, this is like getting upset that we have a black president or something, or getting upset that we have a black governor or something like that. Who gets upset about that? You know, it's so ridiculous. Or that they're upset that black people are in the army. Who in the right mind is going to get upset about that? That would be the dumbest storyline they can do. That storyline might have worked to feel set. And even in the 1930s, you had a black guy, a Japanese guy, and whatever else in Captain America's Howling Commandos. You know? Even in the 1930s. So how's this going to make sense in the same universe to suddenly make everybody racist? I can understand if the storyline is about people thinking Falcon's not worthy because he hasn't got the super soldier serum. You know, like they said they want to give it to the Winter Soldier because he actually has powers. Maybe Falcon's Captain America for a bit, but he's not as strong or as fast as Captain America, so he gets knocked down and he gets his ass whipped. And then they give it to Bucky reluctantly, so he's Captain America for a bit. But then maybe something happens, and then like Falcon has to prove himself and say, you know what, I can be Captain America without Super Soldier Serum. I can do it. Or maybe you just get Super Soldier Serum. Whatever you want to do, but don't make it about race, please. Like, that is just, first of all, it doesn't make sense in this universe. No one's ever said anything about race in this universe. You can't suddenly think you're going to do an activist political storyline that's about race in the MCU. You're not Watchmen, you know, the new Watchmen TV show. Even that's gone a bit too far of race. But anyway, yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. I hope that rumour about making it about a black Falcon, a black man becoming Captain America, and people get upset about it is fake. I hope that's fake. That's got to be bullshit. I'm looking forward to see Daniel Brühl as Zemo. I'm looking forward to seeing US Agent. That's going to be a sick fight between Bucky, Falcon and US Agent, the new fake Captain America. But this US Agent character, this could be the reason why, like, this looks like the government's version of Captain America to replace Falcon because he's black. That'll be disgusting. I pray they don't do that, but we'll see what happens. And I hope Sebastian Stan gets to be Captain America for a short period of time in this as well. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you liked it, give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for notifications. Peace.
War Machine takes on Falcon and Hawkeye while Ant-Man goes for Tony. He throws into an uppercut and Widow then fly kicks into Tony. War Machine is putting up a good fight with Hawkeye, but he can't handle both Hawkeye and Falcon, and they end up overpowering Rhodes. Captain takes advantage and holds Tony in a headlock. You really think you could stop us with just the three of you?
No, I didn't.
Steve, look out! And out of nowhere, Luke Cage takes a big powerful punch to Captain America that sends him flying.